Duarte-ass speech? Yep, that's right. Welcome back. And text wall? Yep, exactly. Give me a Venezuelan style summary. Yeah, when you were first president and implemented the Muslim ban, I thought you were racist and cruel for the sake of being cruel. I was wrong. You were just trying to keep us safe. Oh boy. So thank you, Mr. President. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. I can confirm Tim Walz is retarded. So basically, Trump, I swear to God, like this is like if you were to take like an AI and generate a president that would do things based off of my stream, it would generate a statement like this. He called Tim Walz retarded. He said that all the people that aren't citizens should get kicked out. If they're not making us money, we're going to kick them out. And, you know, like all these other countries that they're coming from are shitholes. Let's see, besides that, like, yeah, really, this is like, bro, if I were to write this, this is what I would have written. That's it.
All right, let's see if this was working.
And so, yeah, I'm glad to see this. You forgot to say he hates women, though? Yeah, of course, right? And we're bringing back retarded? Absolutely, we are. And I've said this before. Obviously, we're bringing back retarded. That's the case. And I'm very, very happy to see this. Obviously, you know, there's, I'm sure, some people that are crying about it. Let me read some of the posts about it and see what they're saying. If there's anybody who's crying and getting mad. To be honest, there's posts like this from years ago. He did nothing. I know, it's true. This post is a nuclear bomb. Holy shit. Right. It
Public.
Really is, man.
Done.
We are going to do fucking nothing.
Let's
I
see if
agree
he'll
with
do
that,
it.
but I still have to hold out a little bit of hope, right? I do agree that he's probably not going to do shit. And this is the greatest tweet of all time. My president just publicly called somebody retarded on Thanksgiving. As I said, boys, like, whatever the odds are of him saying the N-word, they just doubled. They've already doubled.
They've already doubled.
Now, like,
for sure.
I feel like it's not a matter of if he's going to say the N-word. It's a matter of when he's going to say the N-word.
Yep, it just went up.
It's going to be crazy.
Thank
to you,
you.
which are third world countries, the Middle East and UAE are more advanced.
Appreciate you being here and telling me
to
that.
You, which countries are third world country? You
No
think
problem.
I thought Saudi Arabia is a third world country? Saudi Arabia
which is
great.
a third world country?
You think I think Dubai is a
Now
third
I demand
world
all of your
country?
subscribers sub to my
Fuck?
channel.
No, nobody's thinking
You've
about
been
Dubai.
demanding that, boy.
We're fine with that. Yeah, they want
Boy.
to
Demand harder.
Go over there, everything's fine. No, we're talking about places like fucking
Prostate
Somalia,
yourself.
right? I mean, like, let's be honest. Like that's it.
So he can
That's what
then
we
get
mean, yeah.
pegged. So he can be
I could probably think of a
pods
few
gets
more. I don't want to
pegged.
be rude to the people that live in those countries.
I'll make it into a golf brand.
Mexico, I wouldn't really say Mexico.
Yes.
Pakistan, maybe Pakistan, right?
Gets
Haiti,
And we'll
pegged
sell
with it.
teas
Yeah,
that you
well,
can
yes.
penetrate the ground with.
Yep,
fuck no.
exactly. You need to
And
think
so, yeah,
ahead.
Brazil, no, not Brazil. Brazil's a nice place. Absolutely not. Send us to Dubai. Dubai's not a country. Well, either way, I'm saying like UAE.
Yeah.
I think he put that on the list. That's why I said it. And actually, I did actually think it was.
So
a
how's your
country,
wife
but either
doing?
way, you know, like that's not.
She's
obviously
chilling.
what we
She's
think
playing
about. I wouldn't
Minecraft
even say,
behind me right now.
Iran
Your
isn't
wife
even really
is
a
playing
third world
Minecraft
country.
behind you?
Like they're, I mean, it's got.
Yep, she's on her survival world.
Like, the people there are very well educated in some cases,
Bed.
and you know, it's not like they're dumb. So yeah, but Pakistan, maybe Pakistan.
I'll have
I
to
don't know.
drag my girl
You know,
with
like
me
I've
when I
heard
come
they
and
have
see
a
ya.
big problem with like marrying like cousins
Yeah,
and shit.
we could do some
So
double golf.
it's hard to say. But anyway,
Double date,
Pakistan has
double
nukes.
bowl.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah, we could bowl.
Yeah, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, we got a
And
bowling
so-
alley
Oh, I saw this.
right by
It's
the golf
pretty
course.
funny.
Actually,
Well, I think it's
funny
funny,
enough.
at least. All the illegals, they still think we're stuck with them? No. You're about to be stuck in here with us. Clock is ticking. Could be a soft tick, could be a loud one, hard to say. A word of advice, though, I'd scream if I were you. Skedaddle.
Skedaddle, skedoodle,
Bamboo
my wiener
sleeve.
This
noodle.
is obviously, to be fair, it is obviously a fucking, it's AI, but like, it's really funny.
All right. Before I
Well, you
leave
still
this
can.
area, even though Ninja
Yeah,
Gaiden is
alligator
known for being
Alcatraz
linear,
is
I
just the
destroy
beginning.
everything.
Next up is Shawshank.
And I check to
It's
see
very
if there's a
dangerous,
chest
not the most
anywhere,
reasonable of
because
beasts.
that's the smart
Some of
thing
you
to
seen
do.
the Discovery Channel and know what I'm talking
Chest
about.
and skull.
Shark Week, very exciting. We'll live stream escape attempts, justice and economic stimulus in one.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for
Rikers
hanging
and
out.
Grizzly Bears is an option as
Goddamn,
well.
that
We
sucks.
can't
I
use
can't
the
believe it was
name,
like
but
that
The concept is
whole
strong
time.
to very strong in a big way, quite frankly. It's pretty funny. Well, I think it's funny.
You can't tell if it's AI?
All the
Shit happens,
illegals,
though.
they still think we're stuck with them. No. You're about to be stuck in here with us. Clock is ticking.
So you saw
And so yeah,
You
strong,
saw
strong to very strong, exactly.
Mr.
AI, the thing is that
45's
today it's AI,
freak out on
next
Thanksgiving.
week it might
Yep.
be real.
I think it's funny.
That's the problem. Next week, yeah, you could have told me this wasn't AI.
It's a real
This is
shame,
real
though,
so bad.
because
I know.
there was a
But,
National Guardsman
yeah, I did
that
see
got
that.
killed.
Well, anyway,
Yeah,
a
no
lot of
shit.
people say Tim Walz is retarded, calls out otherwise nice people have done nothing to confront society destroying scourge of mass migration.
And arguably,
This is his
people
best tweet of
argue
all time.
that
I really
that
think
National
this
Guardsman
is
shouldn't have even been
this
there in
is
the
a
first place.
They can
generational
be wherever
tweet.
they are.
The
They're
seriously
National Guard.
retarded Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. I love this. Oh my God. So yeah,
It's the
anyway,
nation
is any of
guards,
this gonna happen?
not
I mean, I
the
don't really
wherever
know
we
if it
don't
is or
care
not,
them to be.
But there's also more of this
So,
too.
let's be very
see if I can
realistic
find-
about
this
it.
Is some other. No, this is something.
Those
else
are
different.
who is
And,
allowed on
oh,
the
yeah, here's
United
another
States
one.
soil.
The
You
US
can't
didn't,
use the
attend
actual
the G20
military
in South Africa.
on us, but
South Africa.
the National Guard is totally done
You
national
know, y'all
grounds.
remember this, right? Like that
You
was
don't
a
use
bad
it in
day.
another
I
nation.
think the argument, though, is whether
So yeah,
they
we need
should
Trump
be
on
there
your
in the
stream.
first
Maybe
place.
you're right.
Yeah, but you want to know what my
South
argument
Africa
is?
immediately cutting off
Do
all
your
federal
fucking
benefits
job
to illegal aliens,
and
preserving
keep
them for
people from
citizens
fucking
only.
getting hurt in your
What?
states, and maybe this shit won't happen.
What?
Keep the fucking bastards that keep hurting other people
Nah, no way.
away from society.
Oh my.
Well, then you'd have
Treasury
to lock up pretty
Secretary
much the
Scott
whole
Bessent is
population of
immediately
Chicago,
cutting
South
off
City.
all
Not my
federal
fucking
benefits
problem.
to illegal aliens.
Not my fucking
all
problem.
For citizens
all the
only,
bad
per
neighborhoods
President
in
Trump's
Virginia,
orders.
D.C.,
I was told
Pennsylvania.
Not my
illegals
problem.
wouldn't have
Not
enough
my
room to
problem.
prison.
benefits. Democrats lie again.
Oh,
Treasury
public
announced it would
executions
issue
then
proposed
should happen to
regulations
the worst of
clarifying
them.
the
Maybe
refund
people will
portions of
stop
certain
doing
individual
things.
tax income tax benefits are no longer
People will
available.
never
to
stop
I'm about
doing
capital
and other
punishment.
non-qualified aliens covering
You
the
know
earned
that.
income tax credit, the
Yeah.
additional child tax credit.
People
so
will
that way
never
they don't
stop
come here and
doing
have a bunch of
things.
fucking
Yeah,
kids.
that's fine.
American opportunity.
That's fine.
tax
Because if
credits.
people
Because
ever
that-
stop
there's the
doing
word.
things,
Then
we
turn
would
them into
never need
batteries.
the
And the
police.
savers
Then
match
turn them
credit.
into
There we
batteries.
fucking
Turn
go,
people into
guys.
batteries.
It's not even Christmas. It feels like it is.
God,
I'll
what are
tell
you gonna
you
get
that.
them a Rick and Morty
Why
footstool?
fuck were illegals getting tax credits? It's you get
No, I wanted to produce
ITIN,
power.
it's an individual tax identification
Yeah,
number, and you
you've
can
never
file
have you
your
never seen the
taxes through that
episode?
Yeah.
if you are a non-resident
Oh my
alien
God,
in the
Chief,
country.
really?
That's
They
what
have
goes to the
Rick
IRS
has
in
that
most
pocket
cases.
universe, and he goes
if,
to
if
pocket
like, I
universe,
mean, again, those
and then it's like
are
a
just
footstool
like,
that
I
they all
have-
step
I
on to
have read
generate
fan
power
fiction
for
on
his car
DeviantArt
battery.
that has more truths in it than some of those ITIN reports. Right, from everything that I've heard from, again, my dad worked
I can't
on
believe
these,
you've
so he
never seen
knows.
that.
Bro,
No, I
these
haven't.
people would just be writing up bullshit. They'd be writing up bullshit, and that's it. Will it pass on Congress? I don't know. None of this is available to illegals anyway. You can't apply for any federal stuff if you're illegal. It's all just a nothing burger.
Ooh, Purgatory Gate.
That's
Sounds
not really
interesting.
true. And also the other thing
Realm of
too
the
is that
God.
like if you looked into it and you saw how they actually got the benefits, you'd know that the majority of them are
Yeah,
also
I didn't
doing
realize
it through
how
some
long it had
form
been since
of
a proper Ninja Gaiden.
asylum program or
Yeah.
some other bullshit. And
Been
so
8
there's a
years.
lot of
What are
ways
you
that it
doing next?
happens, and
Not
then it
really.
passes. Yeah, and also this is the other thing is that if anybody ever tells you
Yep,
not that
last
this
one
is
was
bad thing
2017.
because illegals aren't even getting any benefits, if illegals aren't getting any benefits, then why is it a problem if this passes?
I just wish a lot of game
You see what I'm
companies
saying?
would take
Why is this a big
from
deal
the
if
games
it
that
passes?
do have a
if
while in
there-
between.
it's
like
not even a
you can
problem
set
to
up
begin with, right?
different.
It's like if you go and you make
be
unicorns
good.
against the law, like why
But
would anybody be
let
against
your
that? There
games
aren't
have
any
some time
unicorns.
to breathe, so,
So
they're not
really, why is
yearly
it that you
releases
don't
and
want that to
creatively
happen?
bankrupt.
You're not supposed
Yeah.
to think about that? Yeah, exactly. And so it's
That's
just
why I
common
think
sense.
Ghost of Yote was so good too.
And
I mean,
we're thinking it's asinine.
Really?
Yeah, it
Tsushima came out
absolutely is.
2019,
A lot
2020.
of
and it had a
illegals
few
work for
years
farmers
to...
as well as
Yeah,
they
it was a
fruit
great
pickers,
game.
etc. Farmers help cover them up. Absolutely, they do. Yeah, I mean that's what happens, and it's been real bad too. My
Yeah.
wife's an illegal, and she's able to do
I
taxes and
loved
files under
Yote.
singles. Will she no longer be able to do that anymore? I'm honestly
Wait.
curious. Your wife's an illegal.
Okay,
Well, your wife
14,
isn't an
wait.
illegal because she's your
Okay,
wife. So if you're a citizen
17.
and you're married to her, she's a citizen. as
Makes
far
me
as
want
I
to go
know.
back and play
So yeah,
Tsushima again.
Trump go off on a reporter? No, I haven't seen that. But anyway, so this is it. How they've been given illegals betrayed America. I mean, again, like I voted for this. Thank fucking God, man. And I'm very glad to see this. And if they're actually getting rid of all these benefits and everything, Trump's Thanksgiving plan. This is crazy. Trump's Thanksgiving post outlines reverse migration plan. Damn. We really out here, huh?
It's got a multiplayer
Y'all
mode
believe
coming
that?
out here
Oh
pretty
my God.
too.
Marriage is guaranteed citizenship? Well, it's residence or something like that.
I think early
don't know
next
about
year,
the details, okay?
Yote's
Like, I've never
getting
married a non-citizen, so I'm not
of,
really sure.
Tsushima's
But
Legends
it's just
mode.
kind of what I've heard, off and
Where
on.
they had like the co-op campaign.
Marriage is automatic citizenship because people don't file for their spouses. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Announced to be canceling 92% of the Joe Biden executive orders. Wait, what? Wait, so now he's canceling
So-
the executive orders?
Can't wait.
Did he just decide to start working?
I can't believe that I need to wait.
Any document signed by Sleepy Joe Biden with AutoPan, which was approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated.
What are you doing, Maximus? What?
What?
What, Max?
Is hereby terminated and of no further force or effect. The AutoPan is not allowed to be used if approval is not specifically given by the President of the United States. The radical left lunatics circling Biden around the beautiful Resolute desk in Oval Office took the presidency away from him. I am hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else that was not directly signed by crooked Joe Biden, because the people who operated the AutoPin did so illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the AutoPin process, and if he says he was, he will be brought up on charges of What? What? Oh my God. Okay, finally. See, what? You should have done this in like January. Like, this should have been on day one. Holy shit. I'm like, yeah, bro, Epstein files got to be horrible. Hey, bro, like, whatever it takes to have him do this, I'm happy. He randomly ulted, what the fuck? Yeah, he saved his ult for Thanksgiving. Okay. I wonder if he was planning this or he just decided, you know what, I had enough of this shit. Yep, that's it. The content president, exactly. And so, SCOTUS ruled presidential immunity, so I don't know what you're expecting. We'll see what happens. That's what I'm expecting. See, the Supreme Court and everything like that, you know, maybe that's going to work. Maybe it's not. And he can certainly put him through hell. I'll tell you that. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that Trump should bring Joe Biden up on charges. I just don't think so. He's in his 80s. He's got fucking advanced cancer. Just let the man rest, right? Let him just fucking, like, what, it doesn't matter what he's saying, right? I mean, if it matters what he was saying, then, I mean, he wouldn't have needed to use the AutoPin. Like, he just, he's out of it, bro. Like, he's disconnected. So, yeah, it'll be the message, I guess so. He was taken advantage of. Yeah, I don't really want, honestly, I don't really want to see that, but I would rather see somebody willing to do that than somebody willing to get pushed around. I'll tell you that. Even though I really wouldn't want to see that, if you want me to be honest. I always kind of like, I mean, again, like, I never really disliked Joe Biden. Like, I disliked his policies, but I liked him, like, I like the way he acted, right? Like, he reminded me about people that I grew up with, right? He an asshole. He's just I don't know, like, he's a southern asshole. And I just really, you know, to me, I like that, right? I like that. And so that's it. And a horrible take, he sucked. I didn't say he was a good president. I just said that I liked him as an individual, right? I thought he was a charismatic, nice guy, right? That's it. And again, also, he's 80 years old. 50 years of public service, let the man rest. But anyway, that doesn't matter, right? Does that matter? No, it doesn't. So we got this right here. So he's undoing Joe Biden's AutoPen. Wow. Is this... Does not play the video. Tonight's last grooming can be shaved. Oh, there it is here. This is the other big one. And yeah, wow. And then so this is part of the horrendous airlift in Afghanistan. Hundreds of thousands of people poured into our country, totally unvetted and unchecked. We will fix it, but we will never forget what crooked Joe Biden and his thugs did to our country. Yeah, none of these people should have got invited into the country. It's crazy that people even thought that was okay. It's nuts, bro. 92% is such a shocking amount. The reason why a lot of it was a shocking amount is that Joe Biden issued a bunch of presidential pardons at the end of his presidency that were to, and I'm assuming this is why, which, I mean, honestly, I don't even disagree with Joe Biden about this. I thought this was a good thing that he did, where he pardoned a bunch of people that were in jail for non-violent offenses for, like, marijuana possession and stuff like that. That's why, for example, Joe Biden had a bunch of pardons, like, way more pardons than anybody else. So, like, that's probably the ones that he's talking about. Who did that? Joe Biden did that. So, yeah. Did he do that, though? Well, I don't know. And, I mean, obviously, like, pardons shouldn't go through if it wasn't done by the president. Sure. But, like, yeah, in the thousands. Exactly. It's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. It is. Like, those people should have never been in jail, and it's a waste of our money. Like, we should be putting people that are stealing shit in jail, not people that smoke weed. Like, really, I mean, like, you think about, like, your your priority system there, right? Is like you're trying to put people in jail that are smoking weed while somebody else is breaking into cars. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're dumb as hell. It's a tier list, right? Exactly, yeah. You only got so many spots in the prison right now, so you better put the people that are the biggest problems in there. So yeah, priorities are ass backwards, absolutely. So yeah, the pardon for Hunter, Joe probably signed personally. Yeah, I would expect that, right? I definitely would. They pardon white-collar crimes for insider trading, too. Yeah, Trump's done that, too, to be fair, right? But, you know, it's just, yeah, it's a big club. You're not in it, right? It's one of those things. That's what I think, at least it is. But either way, reverse migration. So we have gone from diversity being our strength to reverse migration in 1 year. 1 year. How the fuck? But y'all really think about this? Like, in 1 year. Holy shit, what a year. And I heard that word before. Yeah, bro, like, this is, he bringing it out. And it's a year too long, I know. And so anyway, is that not colonization? Well, by bringing a bunch of people here, I'm not even really sure. But, and also, remember what I said before? I was talking about this. So remember when I said that Adolf Hitler was coming back? Apparently I was right. I didn't mean it like that. Actually, I didn't mean it like this, right? I did not. But there's a guy literally named Adolf Hitler, and he won an election. That's his name. Not you. Yeah. I didn't think that was what, like, I mean, the people are memers, I guess. Like, yeah, he said his dad didn't know a Nambian politician, Adolf Hitler Unana, has won a re-election in his northern consistency. I did not see that coming. Yes, you're proud of that. Yeah,
Damn, that was actually kind of...
Netflix adaptation cooked with this one. Kanye West wasn't singing about the old white one. He was predicting the new black one. AC/DC, Back in Black. Oh my God. And so that's an unfortunate name. So they even bringing back Adolf Hitler literally, right? And yeah, against all odds, how do you think he feels about Israel? Don't ask. Don't ask. And anyway, so that's been what happened. And I've gone and bro got the wrong texture pack. Yeah. And so anyway, he also has a mustache. He does. What, yeah. What kind of mustache does he have? Not the same one. It's not the same one, to be fair. But yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at, guys. We've got Adolf Hitler is literally back. Remigration is what's being discussed. Like everybody said I was crazy. They all said I was crazy, but so is the world. I guess I was right then. Wow. Hitler is back. Like, I never thought that I would say this, right? I never really did. And, but yeah, there it is. He could fix his mustache. He changed his name to Adolf Usana. I mean, that probably is a good idea, right? I mean, I would maybe change the name. That way it doesn't get confused. It's like, you know, for search results reasons, right? Because, like, people look him up and they think it's somebody else, right?
Is that a 40?
And you even have, and this is another one, too. You even got the Secretary of Health tweeting out AI-generated photos or photoshopped images of them eating McDonald's, getting it replaced with fucking, you know, Thanksgiving dinner. Wow.
Cool. So
this is where we're at. It's a deep fake? Yep, that's right. Will there be a list of some third world countries? I think so, but I'm not sure if he's given it yet or not. But that's it. You've got why is AI slop being reported on X is today's top news.
Whenever I see the loot,
yeah, because you want to know the reason why? It's because the reports are slop too. And yeah, there we go, guys. True story. Wait, is that I actually had to go back and look and see if he was in the window, but no. Okay, that wasn't it. And wow, I don't. I'm assuming this is fake. I think that it's fake. I don't know if it's fake or not. but you know, maybe it's not. And how you wish it actually went down. Yeah, I guess so. Much better. And so it's all fake. Yeah, maybe everything's fake. Maybe both of the pictures are fake and that's it. But anyway, so we've had a bunch of this other shit going on. I have to go through all these other things. But like, oh my fucking God. There has been a crazy backlash. And I really am kind of not that surprised, especially from... like that guy going and doing that shooting and everything. People are just out of their fucking mind, pissed off about this. I'll see if there's any other news about this, but I don't really know if there is. Everything's an illusion anyway. The most important message ever released by our president, read every word. Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can find any more of this. And no, that's not really it. I don't know if I can find it. No. Oh, this is him talking about Somalians. Oh, here we go. He's had enough of them Somalians, bro. He's tired of them Somalians.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, really, that's a great question. What a great fucking question.
What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for?
Exactly.
But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before.
Uh-huh.
That's about the only thing
Good,
that
don't
you
blow that
talk
one up.
about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically,
I feel like someone told you
no
that.
country.
I don't remember.
Well,
It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's
Okay.
a mess, it's a
I could
disgrace.
eat that and
Call
get
it a
sick.
shithole.
And we took their people.
Remember that?
Tremendous.
No, I did not eat it all, but I
Damn.
could if I wanted to.
And we're getting a lot of their people out
Sort of
because
like
they're nothing
that.
but trouble.
What do the Somalians
So not
No,
only
she
are
did
we
not
not
try
getting any
it.
more Somalians, but we're getting the ones we have
Would
out
you
of
like
the
to
country.
try that, babe?
Hooter Pirate Country? Yeah, they came and protect us. We're getting cut. Yeah,
cannoli?
thank God. Bro, like, yeah, I'm waiting on this for a while. He sounds like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to go and read all that tweet.
before her
You blame the
stomach was
Afghans.
hurting,
What's this
so-
here? Oh, here's another one.
Yeah.
You've made changes for Afghans'
Yeah.
ability to apply
that
for
was a
asylum.
thing.
Do you blame
Alright.
changes for Afghans'
Alright.
ability to apply for asylum? Do you blame all Afghans for this
Yeah,
one man's
Sunday.
not
No,
mistake?
but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans
Yeah.
because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them
Yeah,
coming
no,
in. on
11
this-
and 2
What a
tomorrow.
dumb question. Like, as if he's going to blame every
I
person in
know, I
Afghanistan
know,
for
I know,
one
I
guy.
know.
Obviously not.
I know, I won't miss it. It would suck to miss it. I know.
There was no checking. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that
They
shouldn't
don't
be
want
here.
us to
And many
forget.
of them
I
have been
get it.
gotten out. I mean, we've gotten
I
out
get
some,
it.
a lot of the people that, we've taken a lot of
Yeah.
them out here. But they came
Alright,
in.
I love you.
Yeah, I know. This deal story. Many are wonderful.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My mom wanted to
Yeah, I know.
make
This deal
sure
story.
that
Many are wonderful. Yeah,
I
I'm
offered you the cannoli and the cannoli death.
He just doesn't give a fuck. Based, it doesn't work anymore? Yeah, sure. Oh my God.
What should they think in terms of their possible?
What?
Change the law. Send them back. What do you mean? Duh.
Well, they can't be happy. Okay, they can't be happy.
Yeah, not going to be happy.
Because what's taking place between that, if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota,
No.
and we got a lot of problems with the gangs, with all of the things taking place in Minnesota. We have an incompetent government.
Does it? I hope the president says I hate
Yeah,
every
go,
Afghan.
go.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
For sure.
they can't be happy about what's going on. And if you talk about the Afghans, there's a problem because so many bad ones came in on the planes. They just walked in. Whoever
This shouldn't have anything to do with whether they're good or bad. They shouldn't be here. We're diverting resources to people in Afghanistan instead of Americans. That should be the end of the conversation. I mean, really, that's it. I mean, I don't care if they're good or bad. Like, they could be the best people ever. Get them out.
strongest people were physically in a way.
Yeah.
But whoever the strongest, they got on the planes. There was no checking. They just swamped the planes. They took off. We
got
had
our own
no
shit? Yeah,
idea
exactly.
who they were.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt this should happen. Return our equipment while they're at it. Still got us involved in Afghanistan? Yeah, somehow, one way or another. Uh-oh. This is him talking shit?
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with...
He's going to start calling reporters retarded. That's what he needs to do next. He's going to start calling reporters retarded in the White House. We need that. I need that for my stream. I want that. Thank God, bro.
With thousands of
Are
other
you
people that
retarded?
shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And
Holy shit.
there's a law passed that it's almost impossible not to get them out. You can't get them out once they come in. And they came in, and they were unvetted, they were unchecked. There were many of them, and they came in on big planes, and it was disgraceful. And if you look, you'll see there was a law passed. It makes it almost impossible not to let them in, not to certify them,
Just get rid of the law.
so to speak, once they come in. And they came in, and they shouldn't have come in. And frankly, the whole thing was a mess. The whole Afghanistan situation was a mess. It should have never taken place.
You almost ready? Yeah.
If we're going to go out, and we would have gone out because I had everybody ready to go. We were going to go out with strength and dignity and precision, and we would have left for Bagram, and we would have kept Bagram, by the way, because of its
You got
very
all
close
of him? Yeah, just say it
relationship
got all
to
of him.
China and where they make
Just get
their
rid of it.
missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands
Can you revoke
and
the law?
thousands,
Maybe.
they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah,
God damn.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
because they let them in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came in on a plane.
All right, guys. Well, we're in a totally different world now. Quiet Piggy. Yeah, bro. I really feel like Quiet Piggy was a turning point, man. It really was. So this shooter apparently was working with the CIA, maybe, which is pretty fucking crazy.
We begin with Madeline Rivera, who is live in Washington, D.C., with the very latest on the tragedy that is rocking our nation's capital. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, good morning, Carly. The president sharing the sad news that 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom has passed away after an alleged gunman ambushed her and another guard member on Wednesday.
Just seconds before I went on, right now I heard that Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia, one of the guardsmen that we're talking about, highly respected, young, magnificent person, started service in June of 2023, outstanding in every way. She's just passed
God,
away.
the new kills.
She's no longer with us. She's looking down at us right now. This young man
Getting bloody.
is fighting for his life. He's in very bad shape. He's fighting for his life.
The family of 24-year-old Andrew Wolf is asking for prayers. The death of Beckstrom means the suspect, 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakanwal, will likely face upgraded charges.
I would
Here's
hope
the
so.
U.S. Attorney for D.C., Janine Pirro, talking about that.
Thank God.
All right, Sheep, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some.
That they survive and that
Homemade
the highest charge will not have to be murder in the first degree.
Well,
But
one
make
of them
no
is.
mistake, if they do not, that will certainly be the charge.
Well, yeah. I mean, fucking
Lakanwal
obviously.
came into the U.S. in 2021. He was granted
So he
asylum
came in 2021.
this spring. The administration is...
Why the fuck did he give him asylum? How the fuck do you let somebody in the country for 4 fucking years? He's from Afghanistan. Why the fuck is he even here? Isn't this annoying? This is so fucking annoying. So we've got another nutball in the country for no fucking reason. He's a CIA informant. Oh, okay.
calling into question the vetting process for Afghan refugees. But
What, I can't call him on the fucking phone? What, he's got to live in fucking Washington, D.C.? What, they don't have phones in Afghan? Just call him up. He doesn't have to live here.
While work with the CIA in Kandahar, Afghanistan, serving in an elite counterterrorism unit operated by the agency.
What the fuck?
Into question the vetting process. He was granted asylum this spring. The administration is calling into question the vetting process for Afghan refugees, but Lockenwall worked with the CIA in Kandahar, Afghanistan, serving...
So he worked with the CIA in Afghanistan, okay.
...in an elite counterterrorism unit operated by the agency. As a member of the Zero unit, he would have gone through a vigorous screening process. Afghan evac says that includes biometric screening, biographic checks, and in-person
So what the fuck happened?
So the president is doubling down, saying, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover.
Thank God.
Terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by sleepy Joe
That could have
Biden's
been it. You're right.
and remove anyone who is not a net
True.
asset to the United States.
Thank
The
God.
president says he will be ending federal benefits for non-citizens, denaturalizing migrants who he says undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who poses a security risk.
I just can't see how anybody would be against that. I really can't. Like, why would we import people that are causing problems? It's just such an insane, crazy thing to even assume.
Okay, Matt Rivera, live for us in Washington. Maddie, thank you.
It's not PTSD,
Let's
it's
bring in
defense
former
pro.
Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker. Chris, thank you.
Denaturalizing is crazy? I don't think it is at all. Like, somebody comes into the country, they're causing a bunch of problems. Like, why should we let them stay? Like, why is it that America should let somebody stay in the country that's causing a bunch of problems? It doesn't make sense.
So much for joining us as we talk about this tragic turn of events. And obviously, there are a lot of questions when it comes to this suspect who, as Maddie was just laying out, worked for this CIA-backed military unit during the war in Afghanistan and was living in Washington State with his wife and 5 children. So he had a family unit. He was not a loner. A lot of questions over why and how this could have happened. When you look at his background, what do you think?
Well, let's start with the premise that Afghanistan in the post-Biden withdrawal era is a terrorist haven. I mean, Al-Qaeda's still there, ISIS is still there.
Yeah, we would have never had this clown in the country if y'all didn't go in there and try to play fucking musical chairs with who's running Afghanistan. Y'all spent 20 years there replacing the Taliban with the Taliban, and we apparently got a few of them here, and now he's going out shooting people.
Stomach still hurts?
What a waste of fucking time and money. Can you believe that? Jesus.
I think I'm gonna give you another.
There's actually battling it out in and around the area where this shooter came from. So we know that this is a problem area, and this is an area where if you're going to bring people in, and apparently over 70,000 Afghan refugees were resettled very quickly, you darn well better vet these people in a way that gives you confidence that they're not still affiliated with some type of terrorist organization or in touch with them. So I get the sense that once they got here...
I don't even understand the logic of, like, why is it that there's an obligation to bring people from Afghanistan into America, period? Why is this even being discussed at all? Like, that's what's crazy to me, that, like, people are even talking about this in any regard. Because, like, to me, like, why the fuck are they here to begin with? Like, I don't think America has any fucking obligation or, you know, like, need to import a bunch of people from fucking Afghanistan. Like, what is this? It's crazy to me.
There wasn't a whole lot of other vetting or monitoring that took place after they got here. And, you know, here's a guy that was settled in Washington State with his 5 kids, was given the asylum and shelter of this country and all the rights and all the privileges. And look what he does, a heartbreaking loss of this young National Guardsman who...
I mean, somebody that goes out and they shoot 2 people like this is probably, like, I mean, he probably did have his brain microwaved by some bullshit, right? Whether this was microwaved by the CIA or PTSD, like a normal person of a sound mind doesn't go out and just randomly shoot a woman in the head. Like, obviously something went wrong there. Like, he's nuts. Or Islam, I don't know about that. I mean, like, there's plenty of people, like, if your religion causes you to become a psychopathic murderer that just shoots people in the head, then, yeah, you're mentally ill, right? I mean, of course.
A patriot from the state of West Virginia volunteered to work in the district. So this is going to cause a real hard look at this asylum program and others, I understand, and that's one positive
thing. There shouldn't be any asylum program. We shouldn't be giving anybody asylum. We have people here that don't have houses. Why are we dealing and trying to micromanage you know, people that are living on the other side of the world coming into our country and receiving benefits when we don't even have our own taxpayers taken care of. Like, why would we give anybody asylum? Like, what are we talking about? Like, giving people asylum from what? Like, why don't we give people here asylum from homelessness? Why don't we give them asylum from poverty? Like, what are we doing thinking about some random fucking person on the other side of the world? Like, this is like, in my opinion, this is just like such a stupid fucking way of deciding things and making decisions. It's crazy. What the fuck are we doing? Because you bombed their country? So what? So if we bomb their country, then we have like this moral obligation to invite in all of their people forever? Fuck that. Who decided that? That sounds like bullshit to me. That's not something that I'd be in favor of. I didn't agree to that. No. Absolutely not. That's retarded, yeah. Yeah, you break it, you pay it? No, bro, fuck it. We break it, we leave. Like, absolutely not. Then don't bomb them. Well, why don't we just bomb them and not take them in? Duh. Like, what are you talking about? Like we have, absolutely not. Why would you ever make a decision that puts your citizens at risk? Why would you ever do that? Why would you put the best interests of a foreign nation and a foreign people above the best interests of your citizens? This is just guilt tripping. It's guilt tripping. It's emotional manipulation. You never make that decision.
On an island.
You should never be making that decision.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's no divine universal law that says that. Absolutely. Why would you bomb a foreign nation? Who the fuck cares? Like, whether they bombed it or not has nothing to do with how I would make that decision. And anybody that would make a decision based off if we bomb that is putting their own citizens at risk for no reason. Ultimately, doing what you think is like the good thing for one person is sometimes the bad thing for somebody else. So 9/11 is justified? Why would 9/11 be justified? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, liberals and their suicidal empathy. It's just crazy, bro. Like, yeah. Like, absolutely not. If we bomb them, we have no obligation to take in their refugees. If we bomb them, we have no obligation to take in their fucking, their migrants.
I hear your lady
what a
calling
retarded
you.
take. Absolutely not.
Oh, look
Well,
at this
on that
guy.
note, a lot has transpired overnight when
Guy
it
in
comes
this
to
game is
vetting and
fucking
immigration.
sick.
And the president had previously said that there would be a review
Holy
of
shit.
all asylum
Wish I could just
cases
show
and
you that.
green
Yeah,
cards
it's
issued under
crazy. Who
President
says that?
Biden. And now it's been announced that there's going to be a permanent pause
That's sick.
on immigration from what the administration is describing third world countries. I mean, this
Yep.
announcement is obviously going
Thank
to be
God.
met with some criticism from certain members of Congress and elected leaders. But what do you think? Is a pause in immigration what is needed to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again?
It's going to happen again because people are crazy. There's 300 million people in the country, and there's one of them that's going to be nuts. It's going to happen again, and there's nothing you can really do to stop it. But the problem is that you already have so many problems already in the country. You don't need to be importing more of them. That's the big problem. That's the difference. Don't need to be importing any of this. CIA informants, they have a reputation, those informants to trust. The informants should be U.S. soldiers. That's why they're doing it, probably. Well, you think everybody on those planes was an informant? Probably not, man. Probably not. And also, again, like, what happens after that? If you're putting American lives at risk, that's bad no matter what. Like, I don't care if the CIA, like, and also, like, by the way, who decided that that was a good idea either? So, like, because you made one bad decision, now you have to make another bad decision. Fuck that. At a certain point, you got to stop making bad decisions.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I mean, Trump did this in his first administration. He met with a lot of criticism. That doesn't stop him. I think it's needed. I mean, during the Biden administration, what, 17, 18 million people came to this country. Most of them illegally, without vetting. We got all the gotaways. So it's impossible that terrorists and terrorist organizations have not infiltrated into the United States. So, yeah, I think it's a good time to pause and get caught up on these people. You know, many of them, I'm not saying all of them, but many of them are criminals or would-be terrorists coming from countries that you can't vet.
What do you think the logic is? You're going to go into a country, bomb the fuck out of it, then bring the people over to your country. You really think that's not going to cause problems? Like, what a dumb thing to think. What a dumb, delusional thing to believe. Oh my God. It drives me crazy.
They don't keep criminal records there. You can't talk
This
to
retard
anybody
logic.
about
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
They're just sort of, they're ghosts as they come in, and there's an underground society out there in many of our cities like Dearborn and Minneapolis and other places where we just don't know who's in this country.
Yeah, and you know, when you look back at the withdrawal from Afghanistan and think about those plane loads filled with people, it was a situation where you could simultaneously feel very bad for the people on board those planes and also deeply worried about the fact that all of those people are coming from an adversarial nation that we were just at war with and we're ultimately going to end up in this country. But when you look at this particular suspect,
they're hanging on to the plane.
Seemed on paper to be like somebody that any administration would want to grant asylum to because of that severe vetting process that he went through while he was working for this CIA-backed military unit during the war. So could this have been prevented?
I mean, anything that's predictable is preventable. You know,
I'm saying it's right, but they brought over because they informed against Taliban, but so safety was compromised when Kabul fell, I think. At the end of the day, number one, we shouldn't have even been over there to begin with. We should have never been over there. We should have never been doing this. We should have never been working with these people. We should have never been trying to replace the Taliban and fucking with them and trying to play musical chairs inside of their like local politics. This should have never fucking happened. You should have never brought the guy over. Like, what I'm saying is that at a certain point, you have to stop making bad decisions. And you have to eventually make a decision that is in the best interest of the people that are in your country, rather than just going and making decisions because you think this is the right thing to do or this is what's fair. Eventually, some things aren't necessarily fair. And that's true. It's not necessarily fair. But is it better to be unfair to a random person in Afghanistan, or is it better to be unfair to an American? Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather be unfair to somebody in Afghanistan because I'm a fucking American and I think that we should take care of our people first. It's just that simple. There you go. And you can say that's a bad thing, but I bet you probably want somebody that thinks like me that's making decisions for you. There it is. Should always be making the best decisions for all citizens. Yeah, put them right over the border. Exactly. Give a shit about Afghanistan? Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I might not sound good, but like, I think it's true. That's the way you should always make decisions. Better to be unfair, unapologetic, and safe, and also import Brazilians. You've been saying that a lot. Maybe some of the girls.
And in this case, I think it is predictable that someone that came from a terrorist hotbed country, you know, no matter, and I'm a little skeptical of the level of vetting itself because, you know, where are the records? I mean, in Afghanistan.
That's true too, because like they said that they vetted this guy, but like, is it really true that they vetted this guy? There's a good chance that maybe they didn't really.
And there's nothing to look at. And, you know, he did serve with a unit backed by the CIA, but I'm just very skeptical of the level of vetting and in particular the follow-up that took place after they got here.
Yeah.
You know, who are they in touch with? They should be like a parolee. They ought to check in about once a month and get updated.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is an informant that used to be dealing with the Taliban or some other shit, and you're not keeping tabs on that person after you import them into America, and you know that they were doing that, and they come from Afghanistan, a place that your country was like in a war with for years, like really, what are you doing? What are you doing? How many administrations have been involved in issues that not really need any U.S. meddling? Well, regardless of whether the U.S. is meddling in it or not, we don't need to be taking the people that come from that and then bringing them here. That's the difference.
On what's going on with them. Now, I'm not, you know, maybe that this person escaped any type of ground radar, if you will. But I think we're going to find, like every other mass shooter in this country that's conducted an act like this, that they were flashing red and nobody said anything about
That's a great point, Chris. And, you know, we don't know what exactly went wrong, but something certainly did. And when you think about these two victims, Sarah Beckstrom, she was just 20 years old, which means that she was just 15 or 16 years old during the withdrawal from Afghanistan. I mean, she was a kid. She was just a teenager when that took place. And when you think about Andrew Wolf, he played varsity
irresponsible?
baseball in high school, and his friends are describing him as genuinely one of the nicest people you could ever meet.
Sure.
Just really quickly as we wrap things up here, your reflections on these two individuals and the type of person it takes to go into the National Guard and serve our nation in this way.
Yeah, I served alongside them in Iraq in 2003. The young lady was from an MP unit. She was trained as an MP.
I think people are misunderstanding your take as criticism on foreign countries. It's really criticism to your own government making bad decisions. Well, it's both, right? So, like, basically, I don't think that we should be going and playing politics in other countries and trying to fuck with them. Like, if you want to do a regime change or something like that, you get in, you change it, you get out. That's it. But, like, you don't go and sit there and try to fucking micromanage them for 10 years or for 20 years. That's crazy. And so, and I don't even necessarily agree with that in all cases. I think most cases I don't. But, like, in general, but, like, after that, like, that has nothing to do with how you bring people into your country, right? Because, like, even if you think that, like, to me, again, it's about a matter of, like, obligation. Even if you do something that's unfair, I would rather do something that's unfair against people that are outside of my country than people that are inside. Because the people that are inside of my country are the ones that voted for me. They're the ones, and I think that you're, like, betraying them by making decisions that could put their lives at risk or, you know, diminish their quality of life.
That was good.
And so that's really, like, I view this as a, like, making leadership decisions because it makes you feel good, I consider to be a very big betrayal of the obligation of leadership.
I said that apple pie
and so
could
if
make
you're not doing that and making decisions in the best interest of the people that voted for you, I think that you're effectively betraying them and you're being a bad leader. The question remains, how much illegal immigration benefited America the last 4 years? It's probably benefited some things, but negatively affected other people. Like, I would say that there's a good chance that illegal immigration increased the GDP, but it actually decreased the quality of life for working class and average Americans. So, like, for example, I could easily assume that the people that are the business owners and the people that are, you know, like, very, very rich, those people are beneficiaries from illegal immigration. And if you look at it on a graph, that, yeah, maybe it could show that being a positive. But, like, what that doesn't show is the amount of people that were displaced from their job. Their income was diminished because now they're competing with somebody who was going to work for $5 under the table. So even if you work just as hard as this other person will get the job instead of you because they can be paid a lot less. And they're being paid under minimum wage, and there's other things that the people don't have to worry about. Mass migration decreases GDP per capita. What I'm saying is, even if it didn't, the GDP is not an indicator of the average lifestyle of a person in that country. Like, for example, there's tons of people that, you know, maybe like 10 years ago had a better life, they had a better quality of living, even though the GDP was a lot lower. So you should never look at the stock market or the GDP as some sort of, like, baseline for what an average person is experiencing. And I think that that's the disconnect, is that people look at these graphs and they look at these statistics, but they don't look at the individual people that are actually being displaced by illegal migration. And you don't look at the individuals that are competing now for housing, cars, education, and everything else with people in the country that shouldn't even be there in the first place. Meanwhile, the people that are the business owners, billionaires, you know, millionaires, multimillionaires, that are making money off the backs of these illegal migrants, they're the ones that are the real beneficiaries. So the truth is that your enemies aren't really the illegal aliens that are in the country. Like, obviously you have to remove them and their problems, but the real enemy is the people that are creating the carrot on the stick that gets all of them to come to the country. Like, they're the ones that are the real bad actors, because they're the ones that really benefit from it more than anybody else. And they're selling you out. That's
and the other young man, I mean, he's 4 years older than my grandson. I can't imagine the heartbreak of this loss. And you know, it takes a special kind of patriot from places like West Virginia, the heartland of America, that volunteer for military service these days. They want to go help others. They want to do something meaningful and serve their country. God bless them. I think there's a special place, you know, up there in heaven for her. And I think this whole nation needs to get behind, you know, what they're trying to do in our nation's capital, the one place where we ought to be safe.
Heartbreak is most certainly the correct word. We're a nation in mourning right now, and I just hope that these two families feel that as we all grieve together. Former Assistant FBI Director Chris Wecker, we thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, the CIA needs to explain, like, they got to figure out who the fuck is in there making these decisions. I'll tell you that. They really do. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, I try to, right? Because a lot of people, I don't think that they really understand the cause and effect that stuff like that has. And I think that's the reason why some people think that, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's because that it's not necessarily affecting them directly, and they don't see the, like, abstract negative effect that it has. These people come over with severe mental health issues, and they go untreated and end up going crazy. How do billionaires profit from illegals? They're being audited and looked into far stricter than little and middle-class businesses or the plumber with 200 illegals, maybe millionaires, but big boys are under the eye. Well, it's simple. They profit from it as an abstraction. So, like, for example, Amazon is a great example of this, is that Amazon has had a bunch of illegals that they found working at Amazon warehouses. So does Jeff Bezos directly benefit from it? No, but there's a downstream effect that having these people in the country creates that's beneficial for him, and it's a net benefit for him. So just because his own personal taxes don't reflect that he's hiring illegals, that doesn't mean that the companies that they own don't make individual decisions that involve benefiting from illegal labor. You see what I'm saying about how, like, it's kind of, it's not like it's not a cause and effect. It's like a cause and effect and a cause and effect and a cause and effect and a cause and effect. And that far down the line, then you actually have the change that happens.
What would you do if you had only 7 days to prepare for the outbreak of the zombie apocalypse? The living dead are one of the greatest threats to humanity. Every minute spent twiddling our thumbs is another precious moment wasted, where you could be preparing for the oncoming encroachment of shambling undead ghouls. Today I decided to see if I could survive and put my skills to the test in Project Zomboid with the Week 1 mod for the Build 42 experimental branch. Scavenge, survive, and do whatever it takes to be ready for the oncoming storm of chaos about to tear at the weak fringes of society. All before day 7 with the military response of the Knox event. Do you have what it takes? Alright, we've just spawned into our starter house. It is Friday.
This station participates in the activation of the public safety alert. Please listen carefully over the given message.
Okay, we've already got a public safety alert.
This is an alert localized by the PD for Riverside, Muldroff, Rosewood, and West Point County. A large military presence is reported throughout Knox County. We recommend citizens to stay calm and wait for further news.
All right, there's trouble afoot. Let's go outside and see what's happening. Pretty much a normal day. That is to say, we've spawned in to the events taking place 1 week before the apocalypse. That's 7 days to prepare for the outbreak. Everything's just normal society right now.
How you doing?
People
I'm being a sea
inside
monkey
their
right
houses
now.
going about their daily lives. And breaking the law is
Happy Thanksgiving,
prohibited.
bro.
So
I had
the first thing we want to do is see if we
all
can
the
find
chats
a bag
and whatnot.
or just something to carry supplies. I am, after all, a
all the general
prepper.
chats
But we want to avoid.
Yeah, dude. What's new? It's good to see you. Welcome to the chat, dude. Head livestock. Alright, cool. So that one's there. We're gonna go to a whole different one and build it up. I think I'm going to make a personal island over there. But yeah, I'm doing good. Been hanging out with my lady for the last few days. Everything's been pretty freaking nice, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, let's go. Captain Sheep, we smoked turkey yesterday. My dad just smoked some today. Today we woke up, went to the local tree farm, cut down our Christmas tree. Very nice, very nice. Sounds like your family is ready to enjoy the holidays. Seriously. I'm actually excited for this holiday season. Because for the first time, I have a girlfriend that is actually excited for holidays. So, like, it's been a very long time where I have a girlfriend that's like actually legitimately like excited for holidays. That's very cool. It's very nice. It feels good. Solid feelings. +10. This is a free game, Sea Monkey. You should come and play. And that's very true. Yeah, that's very true. That's what you just said right there. What game is it? I don't have a PC, just a Series X. Yeah, it's called World of Sea Battles. I don't know if it's on other consoles. If it's on consoles. No. Damn it. Those assholes. Rumple foreskin. Thanks.
for nothing.
Game reminds me. You're planning on getting a PC? Just World of Warships, not on console. Yeah, I don't know if it's on PC. If you're gonna end up getting a PC, this is free. It's free on Steam, for what I know. It reminds me of the good part of Assassin's Creed. Black makes me want to play those things. Yeah. Feel you on that. I totally feel you on that. I'm trying to get to this fucking island right now. Stuff up on the way. I need a personal island. I want to get like sponsored by these dudes. The whole time, yeah. What you do to cruise around. This is what it's built to be. You know what I mean? It's built as this. Yeah, look at this map. Pretty decent. It does waste a lot of time. Yeah, this acts also as a, yeah, it's a fucking giant open world. Right. So buy resources in one port, sell in another. Collect resources from previous built production. I need captives for this one. Cool. Right. Let us keep moving. This way. Oh, I didn't know that was a merchant. A little difficult to figure out what is what in this game. Get out of this area. U-turn. The ship is huge, so we're pretty darn slow. I need to bring Green over there. Juicy Booch! Hey yo, what up? Brother, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm always catching your lives, but I'm just like really short. Always trying to catch your lives. See what you're doing. What's new, Juicy Booch? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Oh shit. I can do this. Landing in process. Right. Let's go. Put this on the side. Let's see.
That's right. There is an update. Here we go.
Boy, howdy, do I have a wacky update for you.
Good.
If you're standing up, you're going to want to take a seat. This is big. This will wake your grandma up. I posted a video earlier today giving you the aftermath of the r/art Reddit mod meltdown and how apparently the entire mod team had resigned, basically turning in their badge and gun saying, you know what? We're done here, bucko. All because...
You gotta fend for yourself now. You're gonna have people posting all kinds of pictures on this subreddit. Nothing you can do about it.
One greasy ghoul on the moderation team let his ego spiral out of control because of that small crumb of power he was given as a moderator on the subreddit.
Of course.
And he just went ballistic. He lost his mind, lost his marbles, but could never lose his virginity, and it was just pure pandemonium. He got called out, couldn't handle the criticism, and then it seems like the entire mod team disbanded because of it. Okay. But I just learned, because I was reading the comments on the video, that Dolan Darkest had posted an update to the story that actually paints a very different, even more pathetic picture than what we thought happened.
It's like a Russian nesting doll of retardation. Like every Reddit moderator team, you think it's this bad, but actually it's even worse.
Because their post just says, we out, you win, we all resign.
Yeah, sure.
But what if I told you that's not the whole story?
No.
What if I told you that was a big fat lie? The call's coming from inside the house. It turns out that the real scoop here is even more degenerate than you could possibly imagine. Like, I don't even think fanfic writers would have come up with something this embarrassing pathetic.
It's
so
Reddit,
big
so
thanks
I can
to Dolan
believe it.
Darkest for uncovering this, because it is unbelievably comical. This is a truly special crash out that undoes 15 years of professional Redditing. It's incredible. And I use the word professional Redditing in jest. That's not really a thing.
Yeah, it's not, because they don't get paid. The moderators aren't even making any money.
Anyone calls himself a professional Redditor, that is someone that needs to be locked inside Arkham Asylum ASAP.
It turns out the moderator who power tripped and caused all of this in the first place, known as Neo Diogenes, actually had one last power trip. According to one moderator, they had no idea what had happened, as no communication was given when the subreddit was locked down. He undid this lockdown, and then he got kicked as a mod.
So this was one of the mods on the team.
So this guy tried to fix it. The person that probably so they blocked you too.
That was unaware they were fighting in a war right now. They didn't know Judgment Day had happened. So they're saying, I woke up to a bunch of people DMing me about a situation I knew nothing about and responding to my comments in completely unrelated subreddits.
Yeah, sure.
I contacted admins, tried to contact the mod who had locked the subreddit through various channels, attempted to undo the lock, got my actions undone, then got booted as a mod. Now I see posts from meme subreddits I frequent and give my side. I haven't chosen anything lol.
What the fuck?
He then went on to explain that there can be unlimited mods, so he wasn't like taking somebody's space by being there and only did what he could to help out with some of the tools and things like that. And it was not like, you know, constant...
Not every single mod involved was probably in agreement with this. That's probably true. Because there's always one mod that is like the head mod that owns the subreddit that decides who the other mods are. Like that, I mean, because you think about it, right? I mean, how could you have a system like that without having a person that way? So yeah, you're of course going to have this.
Updates what was happening there, which is why he was out of the loop. So Scooby-Doo and the crew pulled up here, and Dolan unmasked the mustache-twirling evil villain, and it turns out it was someone named Neo Diogenes, which, according to a lot of people on Reddit, is someone that has somewhat of a toxic history. I'm not overly...
So, this guy has a history on Reddit that people don't like him. This is like a whole alternative universe, man. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Familiar with Neo Diogenes and his reign of tyranny and terror? I have no clue.
I believe it.
But, according to Dolan, that was the mod that was going on this wacky power trip. And this mod here is saying that they actually tried to lift the lockdown, which, you know, trying to get them out of DEF CON, ended up putting their own asshole in the crosshairs of superstar sniper Neo Diogenes.
So they tried to undo what... So this means that the guy who was crashing out had to have been Neo Diogenes, right? And not only that, but whenever other people tried to undo his crash out, he banned them? What the fuck?
And he enacted revenge. He reinstated lockdown protocol and then booted this mod.
The only other active moderator I could find also posted that they didn't leave voluntarily, calling the mod that kicked them stupid and providing proof they were randomly...
what?
So basically, Neo Diogenes was purging.
Wait, sorry.
Definitely just calling the mod... Any other active moderator I could find also posted that they didn't leave voluntarily, calling the mod that kicked them stupid and providing proof they were randomly kicked, saying it was definitely just one mod crashing out.
This is another art
So it's just one guy that caused all of this problem.
Art moderator echoing the same sentiment as the previous one about getting kicked randomly. So basically, Neo Diogenes was purging. He was on a fucking crazy crash out, leaving bodies in his wake. I don't have access to any logs anymore, but I can post this as proof that I didn't leave voluntarily. You don't get these messages when you leave a subreddit on your own. I'm not sure which mod did it, but they're fucking stupid in any case. And then they posted the screenshot. The other message Dolan highlights from this mod is about how they believe it is one mod crashing out, which I think is the correct theory here. I think that's pinning the tail on the donkey.
Literally. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened.
Keep in mind, all of this started because the person whose post they removed messaged him asking, are you really going to do this because I provided information? That's what started all of this. Someone just messaged the mod loosely questioning their decision, like with the enforcement of their rules, because it was a bit of a stretch. And that's what started all of this. Someone dared have the gall.
You know what? I think for sure it was one guy. One guy got fucking butthurt, mad, that somebody called out his position, his rules, and then whenever the other moderators tried to step to him, he just immediately shut him down. This guy is having a crisis right now. He was probably, you've got to keep in mind, he's probably sitting at Thanksgiving dinner table and, you know, his parents or his, you know, grandparents are like, oh, look who decided to come out of their den today. Who decided to come out of their lair? It's Neo Destiny sitting there eating turkey, mad as fuck, thinking about who's going to get banned for disagreeing with him. Yeah, the entire subreddit got mad. Like, he's gonna sit at the kid's table. Yeah, he's 37, right? And anyway, he's sitting there and fucking thinking about who he's going to ban.
The strong chin to question Neo-Diogenes.
Now, during Neo-Diogenes' crash out, he actually left a bunch of unhinged, sarcastic messages, deleting them 30 minutes later. Comments such as, "You're right."
This is a crash out. This is a Reddit certified crash out. I love this.
Look like total shits. It's why we quit. Better to be done with all that.
It was a
because we
temper
obviously
tantrum. I've
suck
learned my
at
lesson.
Everything. You won. We quit. Go and live life to the fullest, champ. Like I said, I'm boring.
Looking at the message.
So he 100%. He definitely did this. Absolutely. Power mod crash out. I mean, the admins have to permaban people like this. That's what I think they need to do. Because weirdos like this get involved in power structures and they ruin everything.
History from Neo-Diogenes is just so sad. Yep, it's my fragile ego. For 15 years, all I did was... I'm assuming that says moderate. I don't know why it's censored. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe Dolan's viewing it as like a slur. In Reddit. Sometimes simultaneously. Holy shit, this guy's like an X-Men mutant. He's able to
For 15 years, all I did was moderate and Reddit. Sometimes simultaneously. And what do I get for it? Everybody betrays me. People are laughing at me. People are making YouTube videos about me. Well, you want me to be the villain? Here I am. You know, like, oh, it says masturbate? Ah, what's the difference?
And Reddit at the same time? What the fuck? I didn't know anyone could be so powerful. I was blissfully unaware that superhumans like this existed amongst us mere mortals.
15 years.
Wow, that's crazy talent. God, the tone of his messages is truly insufferable. Just playing...
he's so obnoxious. Like, this is absolutely the guy that the artist spoke to. It 100% had to have been the guy.
The world's smallest violin for his pity party and the wambulance showing up. Yep, that's right. It was a temper tantrum. I've learned my lesson. It's why I'm not going
This person, I think that there's at least a 30% chance they own a fedora. Like, I don't really say that because this is kind of like an outdated meme, but this is an outdated guy. I mean, he's been here for 15 years, okay? So there's probably a very high chance he's still got a fedora. He's a millennial? Yeah, he's absolutely a millennial. He's probably has a neck beard. You know how it is. Absolutely.
I'm not cut out for it. Sure, whatever you want to call it. Either way, the result is what you see. You're right. It would have been a good idea in hindsight and all that. You're right. We look like total shits. It's why we quit. Better to be done with all that because we obviously suck at, well, everything.
I had a guild officer in my guild in Mista Pandaria that did this. He got outnumbered on a vote decision, and then he had a massive crash out. And I remember he ended up quitting the guild and giving a random person guild master whenever he quit the guild. Man, this is giving me a little bit of a flashback. It was over 10 years ago.
Actually disgusting that he's roping in anyone else on the mod team to his temper tantrum. Yeah. This was a solo project here from this guy.
Yeah, this guy brought everybody into it.
Just him alone on the front lines of this battle. The mod team was not backing him from everything I've seen.
And now, it looks like he has completely nuked his Reddit account. I actually caught this in action when I checked out his account earlier today. All of his posts being deleted and replaced with random...
I wonder what his new account is going to be. Do you really think somebody like this is actually going to stop? No, bro, he's in it. He's addicted.
Words using a plugin, and now his Reddit account has absolutely no posts left on it, nuking 15 years of moderation that he did for free, by the way, nuking an entire subreddit because you couldn't deal with criticism, and then kicking every other mod while you're at it, making it their problem as well, and then deleting every single comment you've ever made on Reddit. That's some major main character energy there.
That was a beautiful...
That orange guy sucked. Like, how do you get knocked off by that?
What? It's cold?
That's like that's the easiest one in Fall Guys. Yeah, guy was garbage. Saying the same thing. Yeah, what a fucking retard, huh?
You've ever made on Reddit. That's some major main character energy.
Yeah,
there.
it sure
That was a beautiful callback from Dolan there. That shit had me giggling when he brought out the major main character energy. That was
Yeah, it
what
sure
Neo
is.
Diogenes said to Hayden Clay.
Well, he is the main
when
character.
Hayden was like, "Hey man, it really
He's the
feels like
main
you're vendetta
moderator.
against me because this is just way too extreme with what you're doing." That was one of his responses. He said, "I don't even know who the fuck you are. That is some major main character energy." So, based on this investigation here, with all available evidence, it seems that post, "We out, you win, we all resign,"
is one guy.
Was very misleading.
There's no we.
The
It's
truth
the royal we.
hidden in the pudding here is that one mod was going through a very impressive crash out, and while still power tripping, sucking their own
And what's
dick.
important to keep in mind is that it's not over yet. It's still not over. This guy can fuck up his life even more than he already has. It can get worse.
Kicked the other mods of r/art, then made that post, making it seem like they all banded
That's
together
how it is.
in unity and left together as a result of the backlash from this guy going off the rails. That is a nefarious plot right there. That is dubious, to say the least. So now all the other mods that seem to not be on his side at all have
Nobody
now
likes
been
him.
roped into it because of him kicking them, making that post, making it seem as though they were still suckling off his nipples there. Like, hey, we're in this together. Like as if they were backing him
He's
up.
trying to drag them all down with him.
But that's just not the
Remember what
case.
I've always said about how people that like having, group accountability like it in order to, basically displace accountability from themselves? This is exactly what I was talking about right here. Exactly
Doesn't
it.
seem. That's crazy to go this far. So he kicks all the other mods and then deletes his
bad.
entire
Misery loves
15-year
company.
Reddit
That's
history,
right.
and it seems like Reddit is the most important thing to this guy's life. So that is a big fucking deal.
I believe him.
All because the guy whose post you removed dared ask for more clarification and if there was any wiggle room to maybe, instead of delete everything, just remove that comment that he believed was violative. Because someone dared ask him a question and try and expand and question him, it started this crash out.
Completely deserved. And this will not be the last time.
That's
completely
unhinged.
deserved.
And I'm not exaggerating either. It was one message that set this guy off. They hadn't talked previously from what I can see. When that post was removed, he just asked, hey, are you really going to remove it because I gave a little extra information? And immediately he goes into
Well, no, it's worse than that, because even the guy tried to de-escalate. He even tried to say, oh, okay, I get it. All right, fine, whatever. Sorry, I guess I broke the rules. My bad. Can you please just unban me? I won't do it again. And not even that was enough. Because, again, now this moderator went and he deleted all of this guy's entire post history. So, you think about all of the extra work and time that takes. This dude was going overtime just to do that. For what?
Combat stance. He's like, all right, it's time to get pugilistic. You ready for fisticuffs? I'm gonna maybe delete your entire post history. Would you like that? I could do that if you want.
I can
And the
do
guy's
that
like,
to
okay,
you.
bud, calm down here. And he's like, okay, it's gone.
It's too bad. It's done.
That's it. He took the smallest, most trivial nothing burger and blew it up into this.
It's embarrassing.
I just kid. It is a very special crash out. And also, my apologies to the mod team. I had no idea that he was using you like puppets in his game here. He was the chess master and you were pawns on his board. I didn't know, and I apologize for, I guess, making the assumption that you were
slandering their good name, assuming that they're as fucking deranged as this one guy.
all, fighting together here based on his post saying that you were. Or
The
implying
guy's
that you
fucking
were.
nuts.
And I'm gonna be super honest with you here, sports fans. It's hard for me to even be mad at this mod anymore. It has become, it's so fucking cartoonish at this point. This level of pettiness. I didn't even know somebody could be so petty. I didn't know.
No, he's right. This is the kind of stuff that you hear in stereotype joke videos. Or you see this on Adult Swim of them making fun of, or some sort of skit on Saturday Night Live of some moderator or some guy that works at a comic book shop getting super mad about somebody mispronouncing a superhero's name. Yeah, it's like a meme. Yeah, the guy's like a cartoon character.
That was possible. And from what I can tell, Hayden Clay, as a result of all of this, has gotten a ton of support. So that's really good to see.
Yeah.
And it has just been a pretty incredible series of events to watch.
Not only is he getting an incredible amount of support, but I don't know if I can still find this here. He apparently is selling the prints. Where is it? Yes, so now he's selling the prints of the image of the subreddit of them leaving on his website now. It's gotten that meta. Jesus.
Much unfold here over the last 24 hours. Anyway, I had to give you the follow-up here once I watched Dolan Darkest video on it.
Jesus, man.
Unreal. That's about it. See ya.
Absolutely fucking embarrassing. Insanely fucking embarrassing. What if it was all PR, bro selling the W's connected with his own hands? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how anybody can go and do this. Like, and I wonder, I mean, he's going to have to delete his account and make a new account and then just do the same thing again. It's like, I mean, if you've spent, here, I'll link you guys the video. If you've spent this many years crashing out on Reddit and being a moderator on Reddit, nobody likes you, and this is just what's been going on for such a long time, do you really think this guy is just going to say, you know what, guys? I think after my recent crash out, I'm going to go seek mental help, and then I'm actually going to improve my life? Absolutely not. He's going to make a new account. He's going to make a new account. He's going to build back up from zero. And the next time that he gets back up to the top of the pyramid, he's going to be even worse, even more annoying, even more obnoxious every single time. There you go. Jeez, dude, I'm telling you, that's what it's going to be, guys. Yeah, it's like a mad scientist. Yeah, like, because now he's got a chip on his shoulder. Now he's out. Now he's out for revenge. I'll tell you that. For money.
They think it's funny.
They want you. Do you think that they want you to do it?
Do they want me to ask for contributions actively?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Okay.
But they want me to succeed.
Okay.
They want me to be successful. For example, there was a day I actually tested it out. Not once did I ask for a contribution during an entire day.
So you went a whole day without asking for money?
Yes. I made $30.
Well, what's the average that you make? Oh, okay, that's fine. But like, what's the average though? Like,
I would say each stream. Oh wait. What's the average that I try to make a stream?
Yeah.
Or what's the average?
What's the average a
every
day?
Stream,
yeah, a day.
I have a
you
goal.
said you
Each stream that I do, I have a goal of $150, and I stream twice a day.
So you want $300 a day?
I would like that. I don't always get it. I do sometimes, and that's nice when I do.
What's the ratio that you get $300 in a day? Like how like what percent do you get it half the time? 20% of the time?
I would have to analyze. I would say today I actually get it more often than not. Today.
Wow.
Like it didn't used to be like that. It used to be a lot worse. And then what happened is in the last year and a half, I admitted to the WWE Champions thing. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said, listen, it's in the past. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. As you can see, my money is actually going towards the set. It's going towards the business. It's going towards important things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out of financial distress thanks to you guys. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful that my fans are supporting me in this way and allowing me to have kind of like a second chance at life because now things are better. I'm coming out of that tunnel that I was in there.
Yeah.
And they're coming out and supporting the content because of it, and I'm very grateful for it. But what happens is the detractors clip these moments and say, oh, see, all he does is e-beg all day and he makes $20 a stream. That's not true at all. I'm actually doing really well for myself. I'm happy with where I am right now.
So if you're doing really well, why do you keep begging?
Because that's how it works. That's the formula.
So it's like basically you have to keep doing. You think that the more that you ask for money, the more money you get. Or is there like a but there's a min-max level of that where it's like you can get at a certain point, you ask the optimum amount of times and you get the optimum amount of money. Is that basically it? There's like a ratio?
Yes and no, because for me, what I find is it really depends on what I'm doing. Like, I've been around since 2008, right? So I have a variety of viewers who come for specific things. Like, I do variety content, complete different kinds of games. So there might be someone who comes by only when I play an RPG or someone who only comes by when I play an FPS.
Yeah, sure.
If I stand there and I just keep asking that audience over and over, it might not work. Or it could be that there's someone who's like, oh crap, that's right, Phil's streaming, and today I want to support him. And
so you're like reminding them to give you money. You're like, oh, they might have forgotten, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot, I had to give them $5.
Yes, and to be clear, because I see the reason that you're making, okay, and it's fine, I get it. Did you know that before I became a full-time streamer in 2017, that I was not someone who asked for contributions at all? In fact, I was staunchly against it, and I criticized it.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
So why?
That's bullshit.
Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and ladies and gentlemen, I want to have a little bit of a chat about the future of stuff that I'm going to be doing on this channel. And honestly, one thing that has me the most excited that I've ever been. Now, for the last 3 months, I know that I've been ragging on Microsoft. I've been talking about computer privacy. I've been talking about your safety. I've been talking about Big Brother spying on you. But, in amongst all of the crazy, wild negativity that exists in the world, I have never been more passionate about talking about the Penguin, ladies and gentlemen. And that is about really Linux. Now, going into the future, by 2026, I got a long time before GTA 6 drops. I've got a long time before serious life changes occur for me where I'll have less time to do YouTube, so, you can make of that what you will, right? But the reality of it is I want to talk about interesting things. I want to go back to looking at some internet creepypasta stuff. I want to, really go into looking at some deep web stuff, hopefully shying away from some of the more negative stuff, because literally trying to browse I've literally just been editing something for it the last 20 hours, so to speak, like just sort of like looking through websites. A lot of it is still Hitman stuff. A lot of it, unfortunately, has become really illegal stuff. But I still try to wade through and find some of the funny things that at least I can show you. But something that is so positive for me, okay, is talking about Linux. Now, I don't know if you guys have known this. Linux broke 5% desktop share in the United States. If you don't know why that isn't a big deal, I want you to remember, okay, we've been going up 1 something percent every year. Now, I know for a fact, no normie, okay, no grandpa that is browsing on the computer is going to be installing Linux, okay? It's just never going to happen, okay? That's crazy shit. But, in the last 3 months, some of the most popular videos on this channel have been talking about, ragging on Windows, obviously, but also using Linux. The other day, I made a video where I talked about Zorin OS, and, a week before that, I talked about something. I made the monthly Linux Cope video into the almost weekly Linux Cope video. But it's not so much Cope, in my opinion, as it is actually teaching. Now, some of the most popular stuff here has been sort of teaching you how to run Windows stuff on Linux, how to get games up and running on Linux, and it really has shown me that there's a market of people that just exist out on the internet that want to escape this evil island that we have, okay? This evil island where almost every single corporation wants to stick surveillance tech into your software. They want to put AI everywhere, to the point where you can't even escape from it, okay? You can't just escape. You can't hide in your shell and escape from, all these Big Brother tech firms looking into your day-to-day life without any goddamn impunity. Now, I've been using Linux for like 6 years now, and it's brought a lot of like joy into my life. Joy in the sense that I'm a tinker. I love playing around with stuff. I love playing around with all forms of technology. And nothing has been more exciting for me than firing up Linux and trying to get things to work. Maybe that's just a psycho masochist in me, but I do tend to enjoy it. And though the last 3-4 months, one of the reasons why I've been super duper positive about it, one of the reasons why I want to make it sort of a future point of my channel, sort of talk about it going into 2026 pretty heavily, is because I really do feel like we're on a cusp of things kind of changing. We're on a cusp of actual competition finally arriving. And I guess one of the reasons I'm making this video is to sort of like ask you what it is that you want to go forward with, because, from time to time any YouTuber has to talk to their audience and just sort of get a gauge of where things go into the future. Take some constructive criticism, take some, actual, just talking to the community, right? So, I want to just kind of ask you how interested you would be, and if we decide to just go further into the Linux side, and start to actually talk about getting not just your favorite, programs to run, but also how to make the experience just
that much more closer to what you're currently used to. I've noticed in the comment section there's been a lot of people that have been asking, Muda, what if I don't have Steam? What if I don't care for Valve? Can I just install games onto my actual system, just like I would? And I don't know if they're asking me if they want to pirate video games onto their stuff. Sometimes it can be hard to tell in the coded speak we have, but, you know, yes, you can. And, you know, I've kind of shown it on my channel, but I feel like there's got to be better ways for me to sort of, like, tutorialize this. You know, a couple days ago when I made that Zorn OS video, I really wanted to show people sort of that raw, uncut experience of what it's like to switch over. I really hate it when, like, channels start to, like, almost, you know, hide the fact that there sometimes is resistance. Sometimes things aren't so picture perfect. So I do like to show you guys the experience as it is, so you as a viewer can judge if you really want to go down such a confusing road. But, you know, looking at things like modding video games, for instance, which I've had a lot of questions asked. It's like, Muda, do you mod video games?
DSP is fucking nuts.
You know, today,
yes, DSP is fucking nuts.
2077, and
I couldn't handle listening to him.
by how easy it is. Underneath, you know, platforms
They
like
literally
Livestreams,
can't-
a lot of software
can't.
just sort of does it all for you. It's not just that, but even for things like content creation, like people who want to edit videos, record things, be content creators like live streamers, you know, a lot of these stuff is almost nearly feature complete. And again, you know, in a world where computer hardware is getting super duper expensive and the upgrade paths are becoming limited in the mainstream, having actual competition really, in my opinion, just helps in every single way. But honestly, the only way that it's going to work is if there's actual good tutorials, there's actual good, like, material out there for people to actually learn from. Like I said, you know, in the last 3-4 months, analytics don't necessarily lie. Some of the best videos on this channel have been basically me guiding people on how to leave the Windows or even Mac prison and enter into the world of free and open source. You know, I've never been so passionate about things like this, you know, especially when it comes to free open source stuff, because, you know, I think it's been really depressing the last 3-4 months looking at how wild things have sort of gotten, right? How ramped up, honestly, since the beginning of 2025.
I don't hate people, but DSP makes me hate them. Yeah, well, I completely agree with you. I don't. Well, I do. I can hate people. I definitely know I can hate people. It's good to be able to say yes, I can hate people. Because like some people don't deserve that like extra fucking like thought of, hey, are these good people or not? They don't get that. They don't. Some people don't deserve that. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
For me, I do want to talk about other things as well too.
The work time is way more. He lives. Ew, no.
A lot of advancements in almost every single thing that I've been passionate about. But yeah,
Don't
one of
dox
the
yourself.
things that has sort of really struck with me, ladies and gentlemen,
No
is just sort of
doxing.
yapping about Linux, man. Like, you know, I've never been so excited.
There's people that know where he lives.
Sometimes to record a video when it's about the Penguin, when it's talking about, like, you know, running even Windows applications. Sometimes it baffles my mind because I wonder, like, why the fuck would somebody sit there and watch like a fat Indian guy show how to set up Docker containers? And, you know, a lot of it is just mostly due to the fact that I think people tune into those videos not because, you know, they're coming in for an entertaining time or to listen to me, but I think it's mostly obviously due to the fact that there is a growing contingent of people that just want the ability to switch over. And I think at some point making videos where, you know, making something that is more welcoming to the audience is far better. I've noticed that in this community of like Linux and shit, like open source, you know, materials, there's so much elitism and there's so much like infighting and constant bickering and drama that occurs. Like, especially when you look at some of these projects, I've covered it obviously in the last few weeks. But I think, you know, for a lot of people who are jumping in, there are ways that you can get into this train, easy ways and difficult ways, right? You know, there's a lot of people in the Linux community that say that your experience is
Iron
really
Plate.
fucking valid unless you're using some of the
We're
hardest
going to
distributions, some of the most convoluted distributions
Good shit.
out there.
Good shit. Okay.
And then, you know, there's obviously
I got
the
you.
other
I
camp
got
that,
you.
know, just wants
I
to
said
keep
what
things
you
effectively as easy as
Don't
they
ask me
can.
why I said it like that.
And for me, that's kind of where I've been making my content. I've just been sort of showing you guys nearly the resistance-free, almost like the easiest pathways into this like lifestyle, into this like universe. That really is just designed for most people who I know for a fact just want to use a computer to browse the internet, you know, maybe make a video or two if you're like a budding content creator, or you are just like a content creator in general, or people who just want to play things like video games. Now, obviously, even with things like Linux, there's a long ways to go to actual, you know, feature parity. I mean, games that require anti-cheats, anything of that nature, games that are made by developers who are so heavily resistant to the Penguin. These are just avenues we're going to be having to work towards, find alternate paths around, or just learn to vote with our wallets. You know,
yeah,
for me,
you stay strapped. There you go.
Purchase video games that don't support the Penguin anymore, simply because ultimately, at the end of the day, the gaming market is very oversaturated to begin with. I can always just buy something that supports me instead of trying to work around something that ultimately will never accept this platform. But yeah, you know, the future of this channel, I really want to kind of talk a little bit more about Linux for a little bit. So, you know, ultimately, at the end of the day, I know that for some people it can be a really tiring thing, but, you know, that's where I do want to talk to you guys. Obviously, it's not the only form of content that I will be covering. That would be fucking stupid. Ever since the beginning of this channel, I've always diversified myself on talking about really what it is that interests me, whether it be, you know, internet creepypastas, whether it be internet creepy stories, whether it be funny things, whether it be a little bit of that internet, like, gossipy drama stuff, whether it be just computer viruses or whatnot. These are things that always interest me. That's a cornerstone of this channel. I feel like if I ever start uploading things that just don't spark me, then at that point it might be just better to completely retire and call it quits. But for me, going into the future, I do want to make more Linux content. I've just, you know, for me, the last like 3-4 months, just talking about Linux stuff, just talking about like, you know, computer stuff in general, just showing people the sort of alternate portal to another world that they could be going to is what's been the most exciting thing about making videos. And I hope that some of you guys have probably seen it in the content that I've been making, right? Like, hey, the eyes really perk up when I get to fucking talk about some goddamn alternate, right? When I get to sit from this aisle and sort of guide people and convert them. I almost feel like a fucking, like a Jehovah's Witness almost. I knock on your door at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, so have you ever heard of Lunix? have you ever heard of Tux the Penguin? Do you know that there's alternatives to this hell that you're subjecting yourself to? Yeah, I feel like that's just kind of the path that, you know, I want to take over here. And I kind of want to make more educational style videos than this that are still hopefully entertaining and hopefully cater to a market of people that just literally are just trying to switch off with all the annoying, you know, convoluted nature of it. Linux is just one of those things where ultimately, at the end of the day, it will never be a 100%. Like, you'll never overtake, okay? I think it's completely delusional. I'd have to be a completely delulu nut job to think that at one point most people in the world would be using Linux. It's just never going to happen. But, you know, seeing the percent go up one by one each year is pretty goddamn impressive. You know, just to see people actually using Linux more and more and more, especially in places like the United States, where to this day there is still not, you know, computers that you can go to in a Best Buy, in a goddamn like I was about to say Future Shop, but that's like from my childhood. Really any tech store, Walmart, and purchase a laptop that isn't, you know, loaded with Windows or that isn't a Chromebook in some capacity. To see the number go up, regardless of all of that, is actually pretty impressive to see.
That's
and, you know, like I said, the other day when I talked about Zorin OS, seeing 1 million downloads over there. Obviously,
I
how
wonder
many
if
of those
Tina
million
Casino's coming back from
that's a good
vacation.
question. People sort of engage with an
Listen, it'd be nice not to have him come back for a bit. You know what I mean?
I've covered Linux for years now at this point, but I do kind of want to get a little bit more aggressive because
Go pick
you
up
know, I
some
start to see
people
that
right
people
here.
are switching over, and really, it has to be. It requires.
No,
it
we're not
needs a
doing this.
welcoming community to help people completely switch over. And you know, beyond me, there's plenty of other great channels that discuss Linux now. You know, Gamers Nexus is making pretty good benchmarking things as well too. There's an amazing channel called Primogen who's also been covering Linux as well. Brody Roberts,
Yeah, I don't think so. And if they do, it's going to be a long time.
in the tech space that cover this stuff with a lot of positivity and a lot of welcoming behavior that I think ultimately this community kind of needs, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I do want to ask you what your thoughts are with the future of this channel in regards to Linux content. I know that there's a fair amount of people that really enjoy it. There's, you know, you look at the analytics, a lot of people subscribe to this channel. You know, when you look into those videos, like a lot of people jump in and stick around because they want to just end up with it. So I guess, you you know, all I can really ask you is, what do you really want to know about the next thing? Do you want to know how to make Linux into the best content creation machine? Do you want to learn more about virtual machines? Hell, do you want to actually start modding games? What is it that you want to do? What are the burning questions? What are the last few things that you need to finally switch over to the Penguin that this fat Indian guy can help you with on the internet is what I'm really asking for. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just wanted to kind of yap a little bit about this. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it,
That was fighting. You're not a fan of them? No. Not a fan of them.
Going down, they're going to be purchasing every single part, basically driving the average gamer, or really the average tech enthusiast, out of the market. So if you're wondering, Muda, how much is that Gabe Cube gonna cost? Whether this device is subsidized or not, it's gonna be expensive. And it's gonna be expensive in the same vein that any computer part that you want is expensive. Because that's just the world we live in now. A bunch of tech bros have decided to buy pretty much everything we want for such a demonic piece of technology. And no, I'm not being hyperbolic here. I'm just telling you exactly as things are. Now, what's really insane about all of this stuff to me is that, again, I'm not an anti-AI dude. At this point in time, I'll be completely real with you. The genie is out.
Yeah, we're good, Muda. We're good on some Muda for a bit. And after this, I'm gonna be streamed 4 hours ago. That's pretty. Damn, I missed it.
Eggs on it. It was amazing. It got stolen. Tyler says Wave Race. Dude, that goes way back too. Wave Race. APK says Pokemon Stadium for the 64. That was a kick-ass game. Never played it. Connectable says, dude, don't lie to my chat. Lord Bacon says DSP tries it. Let's go. I already did that. You're late. You're fired. Generic White Man says he got a blow-up doll, which, okay. Carl says either my SNES when I was 5 years old bundled with some really good games, or my yellow Game Boy Color with a stack of Pokemon games. Good times. Dude, could you imagine getting that? That is insane.
Wave Race
Raymond
was the
says
shit.
the
You
SNES
ever play
with
on
Mario
64?
Kart
Yeah,
World.
fuck yeah, I
Holy
did.
shit, dude. Don't even get me started.
Absolutely, dude.
That was incredible. No one would think to look at a bat. What? Look at my balls? What? The blue Game Boy Pocket with Pokemon Blue, says Ultima. Awesome. I was so happy when I got the
I'm
N64
thinking,
with Mario and Pilot Wings for Christmas. So yeah, everyone's chimed in here. Looks like the N64 is something that you guys really love to get for Christmas. You know, it's like, what year, like, how old were you when the gifts stopped coming? Were you like 17, 18, 19? I remember sort of being disappointed after I moved out, like, not getting to celebrate Christmas the same way with family and
I need fish.
waking
shit.
up and all that stuff. That was
Damn.
like, you know, all
Yeah, I used to play at my friend's
my dick
houses.
doesn't work,
All the
but,
different games.
No, I got a vasectomy. You guys know that. I'll never have children.
Super Smash.
But I'm lucky enough to like live vicariously through people.
Frickin'
And without getting into detail,
Donkey
of course,
Kong.
I still get to be Uncle Jay to some kids
Mario.
out there. It's
You know,
it made me realize like maybe I should have had kids, but then I always think about it
007.
later. But the best of both
Korok.
worlds, I get to sort of be a outside
You have to
father
play a few different
to some
types
of
of
my
games
friends'
with that.
children. So it's amazing to like send them gifts and see them open them. I mean, maybe that's why I like to buy you guys a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of games for you guys, especially when it's your birthday. I buy games for everybody in chat usually. Well, at least I try to, but I spend way too much money on my movie. So there's that. But yeah, I try to live as a father through my friends' kids, if that makes sense. I'm lucky enough to have that. Once I got married for the most part. What? Am I forgetting about this? Wait a second. Raw Dakota's married? No, you're divorced now, right? Wood says you could adopt. Well, Wood, I don't know how old you are, but I could adopt you. Game Freak says, I'm back. Well, I got news for you. You're also back, and you're also timed out for 1 minute. You're fired! Troll says, I don't clean other people's laundry. Well, that's one way to look at it. Thanks. That's lovely. Those children are really in need. Troll. I love you, buddy. All right. 17 when I started to buy my own console, says Left Control Gaming. That's the last time he felt Christmas. Holy shit. Generic says I woke up to he woke up to SSX, Metal Gear, Soul Reaver, Jack and Daxter in one go. That's a fucking hardcore pull. Holy shit. Raw Dakota says divorced for almost 6 years. You know what? I'm gonna have to time you out for that. You shouldn't have got married and divorced. You get 10-second timeout. Sorry. No, I'm not putting up with it, guys. That's disgusting behavior. You can't get married and divorced in my chat.
Congratulations.
Keep railing. You gotta keep railing. How many of you guys are married? How many of you are divorced? How many of you are single?
We're gonna do this sync merchantship goal, and then I got a debt.
Donald Ford, the Southern Hole. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I had to take a bite of Jocelyn's balls. Very oily. Alright. I'm starting to get to know you guys. Evan! Evan, you're married?
Congratulations.
You're married and you support Canadian cats.
Let's see where we need to be. The best.
Banshee says single. How you doing? Oh, here we go. Wood says single. Wow, that's not surprising. Maybe because you send people death threats in the mail. I know it's a joke. Banshee says, hey Jay, I'm not into you. Sorry. He says, I'm timed out, aren't I? Yes. All right. Slasher says, I'm hopelessly single. Me too, man. Nightbreaker is here, and he says, single, never married. You'll be married one day. Clam says recently separated. I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. Sir says single and bullshit free. Cheetah Man says last time he had sex was 2 to 3 years ago. That's exactly what I asked you. Yeah, DC, the super chat filters are annoying. I get that. Troll McTrollson's making a great joke in the chat. Go read that. I'm not going to read it. I like being single, to be honest. I can do whatever I want when I want, says Raw Dakota. And trust me, if he needs to get rid of a body, he'll dump it in the ocean on the SSB.
Great night shoot. Gonna watch a movie with the wife. Hell yeah, enjoy your
single
time.
And ready to mingle. Well, I got news for you. You're not mingling here because you're fucking timed out. Sick of your bullshit. Okay. Cheetah Man says Jay's handsome. Come on now. Thank you. What else? No, I'm so single. I'm starting to dislike interacting with people. It's a slasher, dude. You got to get out there. You can't do it. 16 years single. How about that? Says Cheetah Man. Dude, come on. 17 almost. Another 2 hours stream. Jay says Siegfried. Yeah. What? BRS is single. And dating is expensive. I guess it is. Single, never married. Generic white male says no long-term relationship. What else we got here? 12 years together, 6 years married, says Julie B. You know what? Those two are the poster children of our stream. They've been married for fucking ever. 12 years together, 6 years married, just had a kid. Guys, do you know how hard that is to do nowadays? All of that is difficult, but give Julie B and Tower Dragon, also known as Shower Dragon, a round of applause.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations.
Patrick Audio, where the fuck have you been? I'll tell you where you're not going to be. Typing in my chat for the next 60 seconds. You're banned. All right. So there you go. Congratulations, Drummer Punk. Wait. Am I confused? Wait a second. Tower Dragon and Julie P. Now, it would be weird if Drummer Punk randomly married Julie B behind Tower back. That would be weird. Now, that would be very weird. Congratulations on cheating on your wife with Julie, to Drummer Punk. By the way, guys, listen. Today is a very special day. I don't know if he wants me to... What is this, a dollar train? Guys, we got a fucking dollar train happening. We got a dollar train. There's a dollar train.
What no contact did to me. It's been arguably the toughest year of my life, but there were so many good things that came from it. Love you all.
Wow. First and foremost, thank you, dude. I appreciate your generosity there. That's definitely going to help people out this Christmas, and sorry to hear that, dude. It's been a tough year for a lot of people out there, and I'm not saying that yours is not worse than everyone. What I'm saying to you is, my friend, look at everyone else. Everyone else has managed to get through all of this. You can too, my friend. And thank you. I gotta put a suit on. Hang on.
Hello fellow engineers and welcome to Scritchy Scratchy, a game that tries to teach you to become an entrepreneur, because basically you start off, you can buy a dirty plate, it costs nothing, it's just a dirty plate, it's covered in dirt. However, wipe that dirt off a little bit,
We're going for the sad mood lighting for this one because this is legitimately a funeral for over $100,000. Alpha Magic the Gathering. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, I'll tell you. It's like the most expensive thing to buy, like a sealed Alpha starter deck. It's up there with like a first edition Pokemon, like Shadowless base set, that kind of stuff. It is like holy grail for collecting. Last year, we opened one, and it was a really, like, kind of juiced pack. Like, we got some good hits from it. It was a lot of fun. So we wanted to do it again this year, and thus, I had another Alpha starter deck. We brought out Pay Money Wubby again, the boy wonder himself, and I'm just going to spoil it now. It's already spoiled in the video title. This is perhaps the worst recorded Alpha starter deck opening ever without it being a scam. Everything in this seems legitimate. It doesn't seem like it was repacked or anything. There's nothing like super fishy about it. I think it is just statistically the worst possible box you could ever open of an Alpha starter deck, and we got to capture this tragedy on camera, and I'm happy to share it with all of you. One of these goes for like $100,000, if not more, depending on who you're buying it from. So this is legitimately the biggest possible waste of money imaginable. Hey, it's the Alpha box. We're back. It's been a year and some change. We brought in the magic guy himself.
I'm the magic guy.
The magic guy. Wubby.
Yo, everybody. Well, listen, we're gonna end it here. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and if you're watching this video, please keep doing that. It helps me out. Seriously, I really appreciate y'all doing that. It is so good to have engagement, and honestly, it's those that are watching us pretty much to the end, even if you're skipping around, it helps me. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that even takes a look. You know, once again, it's Blaqksheep, your neighborhood sheep. Let's go. I'm out. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.